The 11th hour, a cosmic code activation tonight. The energetic current of the universe is shifting, marking an occasion of profound rarity. This isn't a phenomenon that occurs with the simple turn of a season or the familiar rotation of the moon. This is a moment that unlocks only when the celestial architecture aligns perfectly with the unfolding of your unique path. If, by some incredible pull, this message has reached you precisely in this instant, understand this truth: you were summoned. This viewing is not a casual happenstance. It is a direct call, an invitation extended from a higher dimension that has observed your journey, anticipating this very hour, and actively preparing you for the leap that awaits. Over the recent stretch of time, you may have noticed inexplicable shifts within your physical and emotional landscape. Perhaps a sudden, intense pressure felt in your core, followed by an equally abrupt sensation of pure, weightless freedom. Maybe a recurring sense that the regular flow of time is bending, that moments are stretching or compressing around you in ways that defy logical explanation. Your nights may have been disrupted by vivid, hyperreal dreams, fragments of stories that linger with emotional significance, even though their details are lost upon waking. These are not signs of overwork or stress. Your deep self is responding to an ancient, powerful frequency. The reason for these unbidden internal changes is singular and undeniable. You are reacting to an energetic spike that can only be perceived by those who are in a state of awakening. The current alignment, anchored around the 11th of November, has triggered an unmistakable cosmic portal to open wide. When this doorway manifests, its energy is not passive. It acts as an invisible, intelligent scanner. It actively sweeps across the plane of existence, identifying the chosen souls, providing a powerful jolt to those who are ready, and sending a strong, undeniable wake-up call to those who have remained dormant for too long. This powerful influx of energy acts as an energetic pressure gauge, instantly illuminating and challenging anything in your life that is currently out of true alignment. It pulls into the foreground all the confrontations you've been skillfully avoiding, greatly magnifies the desires you secretly hold dear, and simultaneously casts a brilliant light upon the deep-seated fears you've kept carefully hidden. This portal bypasses the need for conventional language. It communicates entirely through direct sensation, uncanny synchronicity, moments of sudden, profound clarity, overwhelming emotional currents, and an almost magnetic force pulling you toward your destiny. The reason you are acutely feeling this disruption and shift is that the new frequency has already permeated your energy field. Your soul, an ancient navigator, recognized the opening of the portal long before your rational mind could even attempt to conceptualize it. Let me be unequivocally clear. The transition happening right now is neither subtle, nor gentle, nor soft. This energy arrives with the intensity and focus of a single, powerful spotlight, relentlessly searching every shadow and corner of your inner world, demanding full attention. It brutally illuminates the essential truths you must finally face, exposes the critical decisions you've been procrastinating on, and amplifies the souls calling you have been pretending you cannot hear. The individuals who are chosen, the ones who are meant to move through, always sense the portal's presence before they can logically explain its function. The body acts as the initial, most sensitive receptor. The consciousness only fully catches up much later in the process. If any part of you has felt disoriented or off today, if you've sensed an invisible yet unmistakable force shifting the atmosphere around you, if you've felt the internal stirring of a massive new cycle without any concrete reason why, it is because the portal's energy has already made contact with your essence. What follows this contact will demand your full, undivided presence, your deepest awareness, an unwavering courage, and a dedication to total alignment. Stay with this message until the final word, because if you allow yourself to miss the key revelations I am about to share, you risk missing the entire, powerful activation that is designed for you. Before we proceed into the deeper instructions, take a moment to engage with this message. Like this video to anchor the energy, Subscribe if you feel the pull to join this journey and comment the number 99 below. This number is the sacred code of ultimate completion. By declaring 99, you signal to the universe, to your higher self, and to the ascending current that you are decisively ready to close out the previous cycle and consciously step into the brand new reality that the November 11th portal is actively unlocking for you right now. The profound truth behind this moment is elegantly simple, yet often remains profoundly unobvious. The 11/11 sequence is not merely a date on a calendar. It is a powerful doorway cleverly disguised as a numerical pattern. It is the designated cosmic moment when the otherwise dense fabric separating ordinary dimensions thins dramatically, just enough for your inherent spirit to finally hear the subtle, persistent guidance that your ordinary, preoccupied mind constantly ignores. When this perfect mirrored alignment occurs, the very nature of reality bends. The collective frequencies of the planet spike intensely. Your internal compass recalibrates itself with precision, and the dense veil, the one that separates what you can physically see from the infinite possibilities of what truly exists, becomes almost fully transparent. This is the central reason why, on a day that is charged like this, your inner intuition feels amplified and louder than usual. Inexplicable synchronicities multiply with astonishing speed, and a powerful, urgent whisper inside your core compels you to pay close attention. The specific energy radiating from 11/11 does not behave like a routine calendar marker. Instead, it operates like a specific, vibrational summoning code, a frequency broadcast that is sent only to those unique individuals who carry the innate energetic capacity and readiness to respond to its pull. Imagine the 11/11 sequence as a cosmic password. This is not a sequence you enter with your fingers on a keypad, but one you must actively resonate with through your whole being. It is a sequence that only successfully unlocks the next stage for the truly awakened soul. A precise pattern recognized not by the intellect of the mind, but by the deeper, inherent wisdom of the soul. When this particular frequency is intensely broadcast by the universe, the majority of people simply walk past it without ever registering its presence. But for you, the awakened, this is not the case. You feel its presence instantly, like a subtle, rhythmic pulse, or a soft but undeniable electrical current moving through the very edge of your conscious awareness. This is because the energy of 11/11 penetrates your field through raw sensation, not through formal, step-by-step logic, and through deep perception, not through mental explanation. It activates the powerful, inherent part of your being that possesses a profound memory of things you never consciously learned in this lifetime. Crucially, the chosen ones start experiencing the unmistakable pre-activation symptoms of the portal long before they have the language to understand their deeper meaning. These include unpredictable emotional waves surging without external provocation, feelings that are not random, but are actually triggered by an ongoing internal energetic calibration process. There are sudden, powerful bursts of pristine clarity that seem to emerge from an invisible source, moments where the correct, clear answer to a dilemma appears before you've even fully articulated the question. You may experience anxiety and profound peace dancing uncomfortably inside you at the very same time. This is not internal chaos. It is a rapid spiritual acceleration. Deep-seated, old memories you believed you had successfully resolved begin to resurface with an unexpected, raw intensity. This is not a psychological regression. It is a final, urgent call for release. You might feel an intense, profound tiredness that is unlike physical exhaustion, as if your body is actively negotiating the parameters of invisible, high-level frequencies. Finally, the dreams you have become so incredibly vivid that their emotional residue powerfully lingers in your chest long after you have fully woken up. The undeniable kind of dreams that feel like direct, urgent messages, not the simple, fleeting products of random imagination. Here is the critical aspect that most observers completely fail to grasp. These intense sensations are not glitches in your system. They are the deliberate, precise signals of pre-activation. They represent the universe's final, crucial test of your energetic bandwidth. A check to see if your spirit is capable of successfully holding and integrating the powerful frequency that is now arriving. If you have been experiencing any combination of these signs recently, take that as your undeniable confirmation. You have been selected. It signifies that the portal's energy is engaging with your specific field because a deep, powerful part of you is finally ready to successfully enter the next major layer of your destiny path. What makes the 11/11 alignment so monumentally powerful is not derived from the simple numerical value itself. Its true power stems from the perfect energetic alignment that stands behind the number. 4 pillars in perfect mirror image, 2 distinct realms temporarily synchronized, creating a precise moment where a clear intention instantly becomes an irresistible magnet, and any remaining avoidance instantaneously transforms into a rigid, self-imposed barrier. On this specific day, absolutely nothing within your field remains neutral or untouched. Every single thought you generate expands in its impact. Every emotion you harbor echoes with amplified force. Every single decision you consciously make shapes a powerful new direction for your life. The 11/11 alignment powerfully reveals who is currently drifting without purpose and who is actively awakening to their true power. But here is where the deeper mystery of this alignment takes its sharpest turn. The symptoms and signs you are feeling are merely the threshold. They are not the final destination. The portal does not open because of the intense symptoms. Instead, the intense symptoms appear because the portal has already begun its powerful opening process inside you, energetically, quietly, and with relentless certainty. The sudden sensations are not the message itself. They are merely the knock on the door of your consciousness. And if these signs feel incredibly intense now, if the energetic shifts feel undeniable, if the magnetic pull toward change feels overwhelming, you must know that this is only the absolute beginning. The real, defining test of your readiness is set to begin right now. Before the portal fully opens, the soul undergoes a preparatory phase that the majority of people routinely misunderstand. They label this phase as personal chaos, categorize it as an extended string of bad days, or dismiss it as simple emotional instability. But the truly awakened individual senses something far deeper at play, an internal process that cannot be adequately explained to anyone who has not intimately touched this specific frequency. In the crucial hours and days leading up to the 11th of November, an intense inner storm rises within you, not with the purpose of punishment, but with the necessary function of deep preparation. This is a deep confusion that carries a strangely intelligent, guiding purpose. A powerful heaviness that moves with a clear direction. An internal pressure that arrives in rhythmic waves, as if an invisible, powerful force is diligently clearing space inside your deepest core. You experience intense restlessness at night, sudden and specific wake-ups at odd, recurring hours, and a constant stream of dreams that feel like either profound warnings or necessary initiations. There is a strange internal sensation of detoxification actively occurring within your thoughts, your emotions, and even your physical body cells. Absolutely none of this is random chance. None of this can be dismissed as mere coincidence. This is the unavoidable, powerful result when the portal's energy begins to make deep contact with your aura before you are consciously ready to take the deliberate step through it. Most people at this critical stage succumb to fear. They convince themselves they are losing necessary control, losing their hard-won stability, or even losing themselves entirely. But the chosen ones know, or at the very least instinctively sense, that something sacred and far greater is happening beneath the turbulent surface. The profound discomfort you feel is not a terrifying sign of collapse. It is, in fact, a powerful signal of contact. The portal is engaging your frequency long before it appears to arrive physically in your ordinary timeline. It powerfully probes your energetic field, specifically searching for anything that cannot, by its nature, be carried forward into the next, higher level of your journey. Deep, old wounds that have been skillfully buried for years begin to rise to the surface with unexpected, raw intensity. Emotions that defy all logical sense begin to spill out uncontrollably. A deep story, less sadness, a frustration that has no identifiable target, a powerful yearning that has no current name. You are not malfunctioning in your being. You are actively being cleaned. You are being stripped of heavy, dense energetic layers that were never truly yours to carry in the first place. You are not breaking down into pieces. You are actively undergoing a profound spiritual purification. The intense energy of 11/11 does not enter into negotiations. It simply will not permit heavy, low-level frequencies to cross the threshold with you. It will forcefully reject the restrictive identities you have long outgrown, consciously push away the people who are energetically draining your core spirit, and brilliantly expose the unresolved traumas you foolishly believed you could ignore forever. Any person, place, or thing that does not genuinely resonate with your next elevated level will be violently shaken loose. This is the precise reason why, in the recent past, you may have felt profoundly disconnected from environments that once provided comfort, intensely bored with the same old conversations that once entertained you, and instantly repelled by the mere presence of people whose energy suddenly feels heavy and off. This is because the portal's force is actively filtering your personal field, diligently removing anything that is simply not equipped to survive the upcoming energy transition. This necessary purification process does not happen gently or slowly. It arrives with the force of an ancient, powerful current, like something primordial pulling old, restrictive threads out of your chest, like a powerful truth rising that you can no longer manage to silence or deny. If everything in your life has felt overwhelming and intense recently, it is because you are being forcefully pushed into perfect alignment. The portal does not adhere to your personal schedule. It does not pause to ask for your permission. When your soul is deemed fully eligible for the ultimate upgrade, the activation process immediately begins, regardless of your personal readiness. You may now feel profoundly disconnected from the person you were just a few short weeks ago, and this is absolutely correct. That version of you is actively dissolving. But here is the single most critical realization that most people never achieve. This intense purification stage is not the ultimate, final initiation. It is only the fundamental preparation. It is the crucial, charged space that exists between the person you were and the powerful, evolved person you absolutely must become in order to successfully cross the threshold. The internal storm you are experiencing is the universe's brilliant way of internally rearranging your energetic structure, clearing all the accumulated static so that your spiritual receptors can finally and clearly hear the message that was intended for you all along. And just when the intensity feels like it has reached its absolute peak, when you find yourself asking, why is everything happening to me at once? Why do I feel so profoundly much? That is the exact moment when the truth becomes brilliantly unavoidable. The energy is not attacking you. It is powerfully sculpting you, perfectly positioning you, and definitively aligning you for your future. This is because the portal does not open itself for those who desperately cling to the outdated past. It opens exclusively for those who have consciously created the necessary space for the new to enter their lives. However, the true, lasting activation, the ultimate reward, only successfully happens for those who choose to perform one single, essential, deliberate step. If the purification process was the necessary test of your capacity, then this precise moment is the vital instruction for how to proceed. The portal does not respond to fear, vague expectations, or the energy of chaos. It responds entirely to conscious, deliberate alignment, And true alignment is not a state you stumble into by pure accident. It is something you must consciously choose, deliberately create, and actively sustain with every single breath you take. Right now, in this powerful, precise moment, what you choose to do with your available energy will utterly determine what the portal will allow into your newly forming path. This is why the following steps are not simple options. They are sacred, non-negotiable, and absolutely required for entry. The first step is to enter into a state of silence. This is not the mere absence of external sound, but the total absence of internal noise. Noise generated by the external world, the noise of other people's insistent opinions, and the constant noise of your own mind futilely attempting to explain what your soul already knows to be true. Silence is the ultimate prerequisite that allows you to clearly hear the ascending frequency. It is the perfect doorway where deep intuition becomes profoundly louder than shaky logic, and clear inner guidance becomes sharper than any lingering self-doubt. In pure silence, the portal speaks to you through unmistakable sensations, clear images, spontaneous impulses, and a deep, powerful inner knowing. This is why today, even a brief few minutes of intentional stillness can instantly shift your entire vibration. Close your eyes, inhale and exhale slowly, not with the goal of relaxing, but with the conscious intention of receiving. When the noise of the external world is silenced, your spirit instantly becomes a perfect, open receiver for the cosmic code being transmitted through 11/11. Without this silence, you will miss the transmission. With this silence, you instantly synchronize with it. The second step is intention setting. I do not mean the kind of intention that is filled with surface desires, demanding wishes, or simple wishful thinking. The portal does not respond to begging or plea. It responds entirely to crystalline clarity, singular purpose, and true alignment. When you set your intention today, it must emanate from the deepest wisdom of your soul, not the shallow needs of your ego. This is why your foundational intention should not be, I want X. It must be a vibrational statement of being, I am ready, I release, I align, I return to who I was truly meant to be. When you declare intentions that carry this level of resonance, they transform into powerful vibrational commands, not just directions towards something external, but an ultimate invitation for the universe to rearrange everything in your reality around your deep inner truth. Write it down, whisper it with conviction, or simply think it with unwavering certainty. The portal will keenly feel the authentic frequency behind the words, not just the words themselves. The third step is energy detachment. This is the point where the vast majority of people unconsciously fail. Arguments, petty gossip, pointless intellectual debates, constant social media distraction, and emotional triggers. All of these create immediate energetic static, and this static instantly blocks the required transmission. Today, you must become intentional about precisely what and who you allow into your sacred field. Actively avoid any conversations that immediately pull you down into a state of negativity. Physically distance yourself from all environments that feel heavy, dense, or draining. Consciously walk away from any reactive impulse that immediately drains your inherent power. True detachment is never coldness. It is the ultimate act of self-protection. It is the conscious declaration that states, I cannot carry this specific energy into the portal. I choose peace over noise and drama. The instant you successfully detach from what drains you, your personal frequency instantly rises, and the portal immediately recognizes and honors that elevation. The fourth step is profound gratitude, but not the shallow, superficial kind. Gratitude is not a simple exercise in listing external blessings. It is a powerful mechanism for shifting your future timeline. When you feel genuine, deep gratitude, even for things that have not yet physically manifested in your reality, you instantly align your vibration with what is already waiting for you in the unseen dimensions. Gratitude is the universal master key. It tells the portal, I am already in harmony with what I seek to receive. It instantaneously transforms your entire energy field, Gratitude is expansion. Gratitude is the final surrender. Gratitude is the single most powerful signal that tells the portal, you are not operating from fear, but from a place of radical readiness. And readiness is the only currency that allows you to successfully cross the threshold. The final essential step is presence. The truth that no one ever tells you is that the portal does not actually open externally first. It always opens first inside of you. The external event on the calendar is merely a physical reflection of an ongoing internal shift. So anchor yourself here. Be fully present in your body. Feel the rhythmic flow of your breath. Observe the stream of your thoughts without rigidly clinging to any of them. Presence is the powerful anchor that secures your entire energy into the precise timeline where the portal is actively accessible. If your mind constantly drifts into the memories of the past or anxiously jumps ahead into the worries of the future, you instantly disconnect from the available frequency. Presence keeps you perfectly aligned with the exact, sacred moment the portal becomes accessible to you. And here is the essential part that most people completely fail to realize. Performing these deliberate steps is not about simply performing empty rituals. It is entirely about successfully matching the required vibration for the next monumental chapter of your destiny to unfold. The portal does not open for relentless effort or striving. It opens solely for pure energetic coherence. And in this critical moment, coherence is your everything. Therefore, understand this with powerful clarity. You are not being asked to be perfect. You are being asked to be perfectly aligned, because once this portal fully opens, everything in your life will accelerate with incredible speed. There is a specific, sacred moment, and it is absolutely unmistakable. When the portal finally reaches its full opening, it does not arrive with the dramatic clamor of thunder or flashing, obvious lights. It arrives entirely through a subtle yet profound shift in sensation, a change in the atmosphere, a transition so quiet and yet so overwhelming that your spirit recognizes it instantly, long before your mind can catch up. When the 11th of November portal successfully unlocks, the very air around you instantly feels charged, as if an invisible dial of existence has been turned up to full voltage. A distinct tingling sensation often begins in unfamiliar places. The back of your neck, the tips of your fingers, the center of your spine, as if invisible, powerful currents are conducting an energetic scan of your body. You may feel a persistent, rhythmic warmth pulsing powerfully in your chest or an inexplicable, sudden pressure precisely between your eyes, as if your deepest intuition is actively stretching outward and awakening. Even the rhythm of your breathing changes, becoming deeper and more purposeful without any conscious effort, as if your body is instinctively adjusting its capacity to successfully receive the profound energy that is arriving. Suddenly, the familiar atmosphere of your surroundings feels profoundly different, still recognizable but unmistakably not the same. The room feels intensely alive. The silence in the air feels thicker and more meaningful. Sounds echo with an unusual resonance. The air feels paradoxically heavier, yet somehow electrically lighter, almost as if the entire world is holding its collective breath in anticipation. Time itself becomes strange and elastic. Some seconds feel incredibly stretched and elongated. Others feel like they vanish too quickly, as if the universe is rapidly rearranging its usual rhythm to precisely match the elevated one of yours. And in the very midst of all this energetic flux, powerful emotions surge, yet they are not random, they are rhythmic and purposeful. A sudden wave of profound peace, immediately followed by an intense wave of transformative energy. A brief moment of intense clarity, immediately followed by a wave of humbling awe. You are not losing control or becoming overwhelmed. You are powerfully awakening. Here is the most important message. Whatever you are feeling in this exact moment is confirmation, not a cause for fear. These powerful sensations are not warnings of danger. They are direct invitations for deeper engagement. They are the portal's unique way of saying you are connected, You are precisely tuned in. You are completely ready. Every tiny shiver, every subtle heartbeat that feels slightly out of your usual sync, every powerful moment of heightened awareness, all of it is undeniable proof that your unique energy is responding to a frequency that is far beyond the normal comprehension of the physical world. The majority of people will quickly dismiss these essential signals as mere stress, coincidence, or overactive imagination. But the chosen ones, they instinctively know. They feel the shift as clearly and surely as they feel the simple act of their own breath. Because when the portal successfully opens, something truly extraordinary begins to happen. The chosen souls are fully activated. Their deep, inherent gifts, the ones that have been quiet, subtle, and nearly forgotten, begin to sharpen with immediate intensity. Intuition becomes louder and more commanding than logical thought. Underlying patterns become brilliantly clear. Hidden truths rise to the surface without any conscious effort or struggle. You begin to effortlessly connect the dots in your life that you weren't even aware existed until this moment. You realize with stunning clarity that the past delays, the unexpected losses, and the surprising, sharp changes of the last months were not random occurrences. They were precise positioning, rearranging, and preparing your personal timeline for this single, exact, sacred moment. When the portal opens, your path instantly rearranges itself to align perfectly with your ultimate destiny, not with the restrictive limits of your personal doubts. This is also the critical moment when the separation of timelines dramatically begins. Those individuals who consciously aligned themselves, who bravely released what was dragging them down, who deeply listened to their inner intuition, and who fully honored the purification phase, immediately feel an instantaneous rise. Their energy expands outward, new opportunities appear with ease, and signs of affirmation multiply exponentially. They enter a powerful state of flow where everything feels guided, supported, and intensely accelerated. But those individuals who stubbornly resisted, who desperately clung to old, restricting identities, ingrained fears, and draining attachments, experience the exact opposite effect. Their personal timelines tighten intensely, blockages multiply, and old cycles repeat themselves, not as a punishment from the universe, but as the direct consequence of their resistance. The portal does not judge, it mirrors. It simply magnifies whatever frequency you currently embody. Light rises to the top. Resistance inevitably collapses. This is why, during the full opening, some people experience an immediate clarity while others feel a sudden, crushing pressure. Some feel immediately lifted and illuminated, while others feel inexplicably confused or emotionally heavy. The portal is simply a mirror, separating the powerful, rising version of you from the version that must be finally and completely left behind. Everything you feel is actively directing you toward the elevated life you are genuinely meant to align with. Synchronicities also experience a massive explosion in this moment. Significant numbers repeat themselves with unusual, striking precision. People you haven't spoken to in years suddenly reappear in your life. Opportunities that were long stuck in stagnation begin to move forward rapidly. Casual conversations feel intensely meaningful and significant. Even the simplest coincidences take on a powerful sense of guiding purpose, as if the universe is actively speaking through the smallest, most insignificant things. The veil between worlds is thinner than ever before. The internal guidance is clearer and more directive. Every sign you encounter feels like it carries significant weight. This is the moment the awakened truly feel seen, not by other people, but by a higher, powerful presence, something that has been patiently waiting for you to simply notice its existence. But do not make the mistake of assuming this is the final, ultimate phase. The opening of the portal does something even grander, something deeper, and something far more consequential than a simple shift in your energy field. The portal doesn't just open your intuition, your dormant gifts, or your emotional awareness. The portal fundamentally opens your future. When the portal initially opens, the shift in energy is instantaneous. However, the full, transformative unfolding happens across a specific window of time that almost no one discusses. The next 72 hours are not just regular hours. They are massively amplified, energetically expanded, and magnetized with cosmic intent. The powerful energy that erupts during the November 11th alignment does not simply vanish the next day. It consciously settles into the atmosphere around you like a living, stabilizing current, constantly observing what you actively do, what you think, what you allow into your space, and what you forcefully reject. For the next 3 crucial days, the universe becomes sensitive to the exact vibration you are emitting. Every emotion you feel echoes with 10 times the force. Every thought you generate travels with 10 times the speed. Every single intention you hold carries 10 times the weight and magnetism. This is not symbolic language, it is literal. The planet's electromagnetic field spikes dramatically during this alignment, and your personal energy interacts with it whether you consciously intend it to or not. This is the period where reality begins its powerful process of rearranging itself around your chosen vibration. Conversations shift dramatically. Stagnant situations suddenly shift into motion. Key people in your life undergo surprising transformations, and whole timelines snap into new positions. What previously seemed highly unlikely suddenly becomes easily possible. And what once rigidly blocked your path suddenly dissolves. But only if your energy is perfectly aligned with the destination you wish to move toward, not the struggle you've been desperately trying to escape. This is the non-negotiable moment where you must make choices not from a place of fear, but from the authority of your destiny, not from old wounds but from new wisdom, not from mere habit, but from conscious, deliberate awareness. Think with your deepest soul, not the limited capacity of your fear. Fear will instantly trap you in the very pattern you've been fighting to escape. Your soul will powerfully pull you toward the elevated life you secretly know you are meant to live. Fear only repeats the past, the soul always evolves. Fear merely reacts to circumstances. The soul always consciously chooses the path forward. And over these crucial next 72 hours, every single choice you make creates a powerful ripple that instantly becomes a wave. A defining wave that will utterly shape the coming months of your life's journey. Ignoring this amplified window comes with serious, immediate consequences. Not as a punishment from the universe, but as a simple, painful misalignment with the flow. When you actively resist the portal's intense energy, opportunities slip easily through your fingers. Vital connections fade away. Crucial doors remain stubbornly closed. You find yourself repeating cycles you were consciously meant to break free from. You feel perpetually stuck in temporary situations. The universe is not working against your progress. It simply cannot deliver what you are not energetically aligned to receive in the present moment. When you hesitate to act, your timeline slows dramatically. When you stubbornly cling to the old, the new cannot physically land in your life. And the most painful realization of all is this. The deep loss you will inevitably feel later on is not because you weren't chosen in the first place, but because you failed to choose yourself when the powerful window was fully open. However, embracing this powerful window, even in a small way, activates everything in your favor. You immediately feel accelerated, profoundly guided, and uniquely supported in ways that utterly defy all logical explanation. Breakthroughs appear like a perfect sequence of stepping stones unfolding beneath your feet. The exact right people show up at the precise moment you desperately need them. Synchronicities powerfully cluster together, urgently pointing you toward your next right move. Answers arrive in moments of profound silence, and life-changing clarity lands in seconds instead of months of struggle. You sense an undeniable, divine timing wrapping itself around your entire being, rapidly rearranging pieces you didn't even realize were ever connected. The new, elevated reality doesn't simply approach you from a distance. It actively reaches for you with open arms. And once that new reality successfully touches your current one, things begin to unfold with a fluid ease you have never before experienced. This is why the next 72 hours are so absolutely sacred. They are a powerful doorway skillfully disguised as a period of time, a temporary, cosmic suspension of all ordinary rules. A window where your clear intention becomes the architecture of your life, your intense emotion becomes the ultimate magnetism, and your deliberate thought instantly becomes your destiny. And you, right now, are standing directly in the center of it all. Everything you have lived, endured, and achieved up until this very second has perfectly brought you here. Not here to simply hope for change, but here to consciously, actively create it. So, absorb this ultimate truth with absolute clarity. What you consciously choose to do right now fundamentally determines the powerful reality you will step into next. This is the climax moment everything in your life has been leading you toward. Every subtle sensation, every quiet inner whisper, every painful internal storm, every guiding sign that has pulled you to this very spot. It was never random noise. It was impeccable preparation. The portal did not open around you or generally for everyone. It opened precisely for you as an individual. And right now, as you fully hear these final words, an ancient, wise part of you knows, with undeniable certainty, that this is not just another Friday night, not just another random message, and not just another piece of general guidance. This is the definitive turning point your spirit has been quietly waiting for. You were not drawn here by a fluke of coincidence. You were drawn because your soul instantly recognized the ascending frequency before your logical mind could even begin to process its meaning. You were individually chosen to receive this entire message because there is a single, powerful, relentless part of you, ancient and utterly powerful, that adamantly refuses to remain asleep any longer. There is a magnificent, evolved version of you that has been fiercely knocking from the inside, urgently asking for space to emerge, pleading for change and demanding a full, final awakening. And tonight, the entire universe has answered that call. This is the precise point where your ultimate destiny stops being a vague, distant idea and transforms into a clear, present, immediate calling. This is the very moment where everything you've ever endured in your life finally makes perfect, profound sense. Every unexpected delay, every painful ending, every intense, necessary shift, every breakthrough that was cleverly disguised as a loss, all of it was painstakingly clearing the path for the magnificent person you are becoming right now. All of it was strategically preparing your core energy to successfully withstand the powerful, life-altering frequency that is readily available to you this instant. You are standing on the very edge of a doorway that few are consciously awake enough to perceive, and even fewer are brave enough to deliberately cross. So, hear this message with every single part of your powerful being. You are not here by mere coincidence. You are here because your soul finally remembered its truth. It remembered the mission it came for. It remembered the sacred promise it made. It remembered the incredible light you were born to carry forward. And tonight, that profound memory is fully waking up inside your core. What is coming next is not small, it is not subtle, and it is absolutely not optional for your evolution. The portal is fully open. And the supreme version of you who has been patiently waiting in the wings to fully rise is completely ready. The only remaining question is whether you will take the decisive step forward with unwavering intention, undeniable courage, and full consciousness, or if you will allow the familiar, old cycle to successfully pull you back into a reality that no longer fits you. If you feel even the slightest spark igniting inside your chest right now, if something deep within you is stirring, trembling, and expanding, that is your immediate confirmation. That is your activation. That is your undeniable sign that the time is now. Before you conclude, make this a declaration. Anchor this truth. Speak it into the timeline with absolute certainty and with a vibrant fire in your soul. Comment below, I am ready to enter the 11-11 portal. Let us observe exactly how many truly awakened souls are making the conscious crossing tonight. And now, receive this final blessing. Let its light wrap itself around your entire energy field like a formidable shield of pure light. May everything that is truly meant for your highest good arrive with undeniable clarity. May everything that is no longer meant for you fall away without any lingering fear or pain. And may the powerful 11th of November portal successfully open the elevated path that has been patiently waiting for you all along. Step through